Young Miami, Spend That. I cannot believe that there is a whole debate going on about this song right now. And part of it is that sometimes the message gets lost in the messenger. And the messenger in this case, prior to the internet taking over and bringing their opinions into it, is India.Arie, which, listen, I am not here to talk bad about India.Arie. India.Arie gave us some pure, wholesome neo-soul music, and we loved her for it, didn't we? Right? I think we did, right? But India.Arie is not the person who we should be listening to about what is good or bad for the culture in terms of hip-hop songs, right? Especially if we are going to choose Young Miami as our example of what is bad for the culture. Let me give y'all a recap. Now, unless you just don't have ears, you don't have the internet, and you haven't been outside. And when I say outside, I don't mean walking out your door to the outside. I mean outside. If you've been outside anywhere, you know that Spend That is arguably Song of the Summer at this point. It's Young Miami's first #1, not a Billboard Hot 100 #1, but a #1 record in her own right. It's the biggest single that she's had to date. People have been embracing it, and she's been performing it everywhere. She just did Summer Jam. She performed at the Knicks Parade. There's a challenge that's been taken over. And for real, other artists have tapped in support of her. She was just on the record with Fat Joe, a Victory Lap, I'm Him. Definitely brought a certain energy to the record. She's on Rick Ross's new album, Set in Stone, with a record called She's My Star, which also she brings a certain energy to the record. But the song itself is causing a lot of controversy. People say that it is glorifying scamming and illegal activity and hustling and all these things. And I read this and I was like, this has got to be a meme or something. This has most certainly got to be a joke. Because, are we pretending Young Miami is the first rapper to talk about these things in her music? Are we actually serious about this right now? Now, India.Arie publicly criticized the song and called for an online boycott. And India.Arie, for all the years that India.Arie has had ears, for all the years that she's had eyes, for all the years that she's had radio or TV or the internet for her to talk on and for us to listen to, why are we choosing the Young Miami record as where we just draw the line? Your favorite rapper, unless you are a person that literally only listens to the backpack variety of rappers, your favorite rapper has talked about something just as bad, if not as worse, as Young Miami, and no one's trying to boycott them. I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's because she's a woman, and there is clearly double standards when it comes to what men and what women can talk about in records without being publicly criticized. And an online boycott, come on, India.Arie. Even rappers from back in your day who you may or may not listen to, some of them talked about some of this stuff too. And quite honestly, if the record wasn't a hit, nobody would be talking about it. And 2 years ago, most people would have said, oh, Young Miami is done. Young Miami will never make a comeback. Young Miami's music career is completely over with. And that's how it did look for a second. Clearly, she's been building up to this situation. She went ahead and got her one. Now she's moving around. Other artists are embracing it. And for real, I expect to see more high-profile Young Miami features moving forward throughout the rest of this year. And to be honest with you, when you have a single that gets this hot, it's almost inevitable that you get an album greenlit. There's a budget somewhere for a project, whether or not it's something that she's been funding, something that's been co-funded by an investor or whatever you want to call it. What I'm saying is that this record right here is evidence that there is a market for a Young Miami project, and likely one will come out. Add to that another thing that's crazy about this is that for this to be a Young Miami record, the subject matter actually makes way more sense than y'all want it to. City Girls came in the game with an identity built on Miami scammer culture. So if we were going to boycott them, we should have did it then, not now. Not after the group breaks up, and then, arguably, the better rapper in the group hasn't seemed to have gotten a hit for herself. even though she's in a high-profile relationship with one of the hotter rappers to a certain crowd of people in the game, aka Lil Uzi Vert. The rapper that everyone slept on, the one who actually held the group down while the better rapper was locked up when they first came out, happened to crawl out of a hole that no one expected her to get out of. And for that reason, people are trying to slow it down. I'm not trying to hear that shit. Shout outs to Young Miami. Spin that shit. Spin that shit.
I am the culture.